It's hard to get people to teach the new people to do careers when they're making less than what they would make doing those same careers. People don't work at community colleges to make money, but when the differential becomes too great between, say, being a nurse and teaching nursing, then that's when it becomes very challenging for us. And so those are the challenges we face as the economy sort of starts to come back, as we start to see it come back and hiring picks up. We start to lose key people. And we don't just lose key people to technical fields or to health fields. We also lose key people to universities and other education. So, we're no different than any other organization. Our faculty and our key staff are our frontline troops, and when your frontline troops are not making what they make in other areas, then that becomes a challenge for your organization, and that's where we are.
What about the issue of tuition, which has gradually increased over the last decade? At what point does that, or maybe it already is there, but at what point does that become a concern that we're actually, that some students may not be able to attend community colleges?
Yeah, I think it's a good news, bad news story for North Carolina. The bad news is we've had higher percentage increases than most other states since the recession. The good news is, though, we started a much lower tuition base, so we haven't grown on an absolute basis as much as other states. So that's really the good news for North Carolina. But I think it's vital for the future in the context of, while we have seen our tuition increase here in recent years with the recession, that we maintain to what has always been a North Carolina value. I mean, it's more than a value; it's in our Constitution that higher education be as free as practicable. And I think that means that we look at higher education as an investment. That we don't start our decisions by looking at students as, for instance, paying user fees. But how do we invest to keep tuition as low as possible so that as many students can pursue higher education, which I think is a real problem, broadly for higher education right now, is that students in the bottom 50% of the bracket, where 2/3 of our students come from, are being priced out of higher education in many places, and North Carolina community colleges need to be part of the solution to that.